All right. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. So we got a lot of people still coming in the waiting room. We'll welcome them in. And we do want to give shout outs to everybody that's in the line. It's the powerful thing about a community, and you got a whole host of people praying for you and caring about you. So here's the deal. In the line of the path of the hurricane, we pray for everybody. We know our brothers and sisters in Florida is going to embrace that, coming up in midweek. So big prayers. And all of our Canadian friends, we pray for you that's affected by that. So, and all the other people, good to see everybody. So our word for today is cooperation. Are you a cooperative person? No. Andrea said absolutely not. I disagree. So are you a cooperative person? I got to ask this question. Do you know anybody in your life that just, if you were to say it's cloudy outside, they would say that, well, I don't know. I don't think it's that cloudy. Or if you say it's sunny, they'd say, well, I don't know. It's like the opposite of. They're just the opposite of a lot of the time. So maybe not as cooperative. And you might have that person in your mind. Hopefully that people don't think of you that way. So cooperation, the actions of someone who is being helpful by doing what is wanted or asked for. Wanted or asked for. Has somebody just ever asked you like, hey, could you stop by and grab some milk on the way home? Hey, could you do this? Where it might take a little bit of inconvenience out of your day, in your day, but are you that cooperative person that says, absolutely, yeah, I'll make that happen. So it'll be less stress maybe in your life, take some workload off of you. So the actions of someone who is being helpful by doing what is wanted or asked for is a definition, cooperation. Two quotes I pulled up, I thought super powerful. Cooperation is always more powerful than competition. Now, I believe to succeed, we've got to be internally competing with ourselves. But my job to Arlene is to be cooperative. I'm not competing with her. She's not competing with me. And together, if we would work together as a tandem, we can do some pretty powerful things. And I believe that's what Bob Proctor was talking about when he said cooperation is always more powerful than competition. Teamwork. Teamwork's going to get the job done a lot easier, a lot less stress, and going to build the taller building in town. Are you a team-oriented person? If you are, then cooperation is something people would probably put an asterisk by your name on that. So teamwork, it's coming together. And that's the beginning. Keeping together is progress because people get on your nerves. Working together is success. Teamwork seems easy. Henry Ford actually said that. Coming together is beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. If you can become a person that can work with other people and communicate with other people, they're going to put an asterisk by your name with cooperation, and you're typically going to be a lot more successful in this journey of life. And so my part this morning, and I'm talking to myself on all of these, is to get cooperation, to get it from others, we must give it to others, right? So it's kind of like if you're giving it, then you might receive it more. So why is cooperation so important? Well, first thing is cooperation demonstrates the ability to work effectively with teams, with people. It shows you can make compromises. Like it's not always got to be my way, right? And us type A personalities, that's tough. But it does not always have to be our way. So it shows we can make compromises. It allows for shared responsibility, right? How many of you have trouble giving away responsibility? You want to do it all yourself, and you're wondering why your to-do list is so long, right? So if we collaborate, if we cooperate, if we work with people, then we can share tasks. Like Alan Wyatt today, owning his own concrete company, I promise you, he's not pouring it, raking it, like Alan's showing us right now. He's on a job right now. He's not doing it all by himself, or maybe he is today. I don't see anybody else out there. So no, there's people that's he's moving that task to other people, and together they can get more done. So allowed for shared responsibility. And then the last is that you value opinions of others, contributions of individuals. You make it where people want to share with you their opinions and they feel like they're contributing to the cause. That's going to build and create more of a cooperation in whatever you're trying to do. So, Andrea, I'm going to turn it to you because I know you're going to talk about how to create cooperation within teams, right?
Yes. So thank you so much, Coach. That was great. And as always, I really enjoyed looking into this word because, I've talked about this before, but you don't know what you don't know, right? So every time I dig a little bit deeper into a word that I think, oh, of course I know this, of course this is easy, then you dig in a little bit deeper and you go, oh, this is a lesson that I absolutely need. And so that's always powerful. So the quote that I found was, cooperation is the thorough conviction that nobody can get there unless everybody gets there. And that's Virginia Burden. And I love that because we've talked about before, like when we were on here the other day, I don't ever want to compete with you. I want you to win. And so how can I play a role in you winning? Well, I can cooperate. So how can we create cooperation within a team? That's what I'm going to talk about. So first of all, connection. Take the time to build those connections with the people that you're surrounded with, right? How do we do that? We listen, we spend time with them, try something hard together, like all the different things that you can do to build connection with people, but take the time to create that connection, because then you have a community of people that will storm hell with a fire pistol with you, right? Like you have those people that have your back and you have yours, and we're praying together and we're, doing, GoFundMe or whatever it is to make sure that everybody is getting their ship across, right? So one, create connection. Two, give credit where credit is due. Now, if you guys know me at all, I can be a stickler. And this is something that absolutely can get in my craw when people will take something or take somebody else's work and they don't say, hey, they did it, right? They just say, look what I created, when it was a we or it was a them. That drives me bonkers. I don't know. It doesn't matter if it's me or you, it like drives me bonkers. And it pulls from that cooperation. So if somebody does something great, tell them. If somebody else did the work, announce it to the world that, hey, Will was the one that actually created that. It wasn't me. I just am sharing it, right? So give credit where the credit is due. Number three, this is a basic one. Be honest. Nobody wants to work with somebody. Nobody can have a strong partnership on a team if they can't trust the people that are around them. So that honesty is so important to build that trust so that we can have that cooperation. And next is appreciation. So if you're part of a team, your people will cooperate. They will, like, let me pause there because all my words just got completely tangled in my mouth and not a single one was coming out right. So if you're a part of a team and you feel appreciated, don't you fight a little bit harder? Like if you get that phone call, like I'll get them every once in a while, and I need to give more of them because I know how it makes me feel. When somebody says, oh my gosh, thank you so much for. Linda Ford is actually phenomenal at this, and I need to reach out to her more because she's really, really great at that. But thank you so much for doing this small, tiny, unimportant thing, really. But it makes me feel so appreciated. And it makes me want to do 10 more things, right? It makes me want to cooperate that much more. So we can share appreciation with our team will want to cooperate with us more. Number 5 is set clear expectations. So it's very easy to cooperate with each other when we know what our goal is, when we know what our path is, when we know what we're fighting for. And the only way we can do that is to be very clear in our communication. And then number 6 is to tap into each other's talents. Like Brent is a numbers person. So if I want to, if I need help with numbers, I know I'm going to go to Brent. And I'm an empathetic person. So if you want to know like how to talk to somebody, to nurture them, to whatever, right? Like if you want to help a puppy, then you're going to talk to me, and we're going to play into those strengths to build that cooperative team. And then lastly, resolve conflict quickly and fairly. And this can be such a tough one, because sometimes I feel like when we address conflict, it can almost feel like you're drawing attention to it. But when really it's more of respect, right? So if I'm like, Hill Blue, I cannot believe that you did a TikTok with a stick, like that just does not work for our team, whatever, right? Like, let's just pretend. And if I just let it fester, and I have this in the back of my mind, that's going to build resentment. It's going to build this like disconnect within the team. But if I call Hill and say, Hill, I appreciate that you're stepping out of the box, but that didn't go with our team. And can we possibly do it a different way, right? Whatever it may be, that was a really silly example. But if we can address conflict quickly, so it's done, and respectfully, then it doesn't get in the way of that relationship, and it doesn't take away from the cooperation. So no I in teams. So I love that. And the TikTok was great, Hill. So I'm going to talk about it every day, like every single Zoom that we do, I'm going to talk about the stick TikTok. So thank you, Coach.
No, great word, great lesson. Cooperation. Pat Klepper actually said this in the chats: being honorable so people trust you is extremely important for cooperation. And so I really hope I'm going to end today kind of throwing myself under the bus a little bit, but like, or I don't know if it's really throwing myself under the bus, but one of the things that I stand on is, and I screw up every day, like I'm human, I mess up all the time, but I really want at the end of my dash for people to say what Pat Klepper just said. You know what? He wasn't the brightest. He wasn't the smartest. Like, he made mistakes, but he was pretty dang honorable. Like he was pretty trustworthy. Like I felt like I could trust him. And I'm not asking for, like, hey, give me some pats on the back, but I'm just saying, like, that to me is like gold. Like no amount of money can create that, right? And so I just think that's the most honorable thing, to make it through your career, to make it through your life, and to be able to stand on the other side and go, man, he or she was so honorable. And we knew that they had our back, and we could trust them. And to me, that's the best thing ever, that somebody could put by your name. So great job. This was awesome today. Thank you for being on here, guys. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you back tomorrow. Have a great day out there. See you, Randy. See you, Alan White.
God bless you.
Love you guys. Have a great day.
Alan, I
Have a
hope you're
great
not by
day.
yourself, buddy.